Good evening, fellow collectors. August 18th, 2009, and in tonight's video I want to expose more forgeries from those three sellers that I've been exposing over the last 2 or 3 videos. But before I do that, I got my August 2009 issue of Autograph Magazine, www.autographmagazine.com, and this issue features Michael Jackson's life in autographs. And as we all know, right after Michael Jackson passed away, there was a flood of forgeries all over the marketplace. eBay, Overstock.com, all over the place, websites. All these dirtbags were forging Michael Jackson's autograph, and then of course trying to sell them all over the place, and a lot of them did, unfortunately, because people were buying on impulse and buying on emotion instead of using some common sense. This magazine, this particular issue, will show you every exemplar of a Michael Jackson autograph throughout his entire life. And no, I do not get my magazine for free. I subscribe to it, I paid for it, and you can too. $29.95 for 12 issues. These issues are packed with all kinds of educational information. And one other thing, I get criticized a lot here because I don't do more educating when it comes to autograph. That's not my job here. That's not what I want to do. I am only here to expose those who sell forgeries, and hopefully you can learn something from that. But for the most part, I'm not here to educate. This magazine does educate. If you have anything at all to do with autographs, get Autograph Magazine, www.autographmagazine.com. Alright, let's get to my main focus tonight. Before I do that though, I just want to look at one final bid price on the Coach's Corner auction site. This lot number 245, this really bad, ugly Roger Maris forgery on a sweet spot of a baseball, sold for $1,596, authenticated by guess who? Chris. I never saw an autograph I didn't like Morales, and the truth is I've yet to see anything authenticated by Morales that I can honestly say is even close to being authentic. And I've honestly looked for some autographs authenticated by him, and I cannot find anything yet that I've found to be authentic. And I've really tried, Chris. How can you possibly authenticate something like that, Morales? Please explain yourself to us one of these days, will you? Alright, now let's get to those three sellers. I have a good reason for doing this tonight, and in my last video, as you know, I was really harsh on the buyers. I'm going to be even harsher tonight. They are half the problem. They are 50% of what keeps these sellers in business. If there were more people educated in autographs, the majority of these sellers would be out of business. Most buyers, this is really hard, it's cold, but it's a fact, are ignorant, naive, stupid. They don't use any common sense, they bid on emotion, and they believe everything they read. I'm not even telling you to believe me for the most part. Do your homework, but I guarantee you, everything you've seen in my videos since October 21st, any of that crap that I've exposed here will not pass any major authentication service. And I'm not talking about Stat Authentic or Morales or GAI, alright? Everything I've exposed here is a forgery, and it's only a real tiny minuscule fraction of everything that's in the marketplace. But let's look really quick at some of these items. Now, this is item number 170-332-283-528 from seller Get-N-Even 1984, sold for $201. This Bart Starr, Brett Favre, fake autograph football with all kinds of inscriptions, sold for $201. And if you read the feedback on this item, it reads, just in time for the birthday. That means some wife or husband or somebody went on eBay, didn't use any common sense, just looked at a picture and said, oh boy, it looks good, and they decided to bid and buy on this. I can't believe how many bidders were bidding on this piece of crap, but it's a 2,000% forgery and will not pass any major authentication service. How many times in the past have I said to you in a video, if you read the feedback, you know, thank you for the birthday gift, or my wife will love this, my husband will love this, my brother will love this, and they've always bought forgeries because nobody uses any common sense. These buyers are just not bright, and they really have no business buying autographs. What I mean by bright, not being too bright, I mean that they're not smart in looking for autographs. These are wannabe collectors. They are asking to be ripped off. Let's look at this one right here. Item number 1703-427-48958. A really bad forgery of a Seaver autograph on a baseball, sold for $51. These people who bought from these particular sellers bought other items. Not very bright are these people. All of these are 100% forgeries. Here's another one right here, and this is what I'm talking about. All of these sellers that I mentioned in our last two videos all sold Super Bowl signed footballs from various winning teams from Super Bowls. You have to ask yourself one question, use some common sense. How could they possibly get these, and why did they sell for such a low price? Because the people who know autographs know that these are forgeries. This is item number 1703626-98990. Roger Staubach, really bad forgery, and other forgeries of other Dallas Cowboys, sold for a paltry $150. And that final bid price reflects the fact that this is another forgery being sold to a ignorant buyer. And here's another one. Item number 1703449-70292. A Ben Roethlisberger Super Bowl signed Steelers team football, $188.01. A horrible forgery. You know why it's sold so low? Because it's a bad forgery. These people have this stuff hanging in their dens or their desks, and they got forgeries. Look at this. This is a mess. This is a total forgery. Will not pass any major authentication service. And I apologize for being kind of hyper tonight and talking fast, but this stuff really just angers me, and excuse my language, but it pisses me off. And let's do one more. Item number 260-458-537860. Brett Favre and various Green Bay Packers team signed Super Bowl football, sold for a paltry $102.50. This is really another one of the forgeries being sold, and these people don't use any common sense. All three of these sellers, all connected. Actually, there's four altogether. One's already gone, I believe, and I think a second one may be gone. But everything I've shown here tonight, and all the items from these sellers that I've shown in my last three videos, are all forgeries. And one thing I want to point out, the first football that I showed, in which the buyer left feedback just in time for the birthday, just think, this particular buyer gave as a birthday gift for $201 a 100% forgery. He or she may know it, the recipient may not know it, but what are they going to do now? What are they going to do now? They bought a forgery as a gift. And this happens all the time on eBay because these people have no common sense. So before my time runs out, I'm going to relax, I'm going to have a beer, I'm going to watch the Mets, and I'm going to take it easy. So I will talk to you guys next time for the next and new Coach's Corner auction listings. Everybody have a good night.